Severe avoidants are notorious for ghosting their partners. And as if the ghosting wasn't bad enough, when they try to come back, which they often do, they will try to ghostlight their partner. Ghostlighting is the ghastly combination of gaslighting and ghosting. Gaslighting the person that got ghosted about why they got ghosted or what even happened, making up various excuses trying to avoid accountability. Excuses such as, "Oh, I was just busy." Is anybody ever really so busy that they can't reply to their significant other for days, weeks, or even longer? Or claiming that the relationship just wasn't that serious, and you agreed that it wasn't that serious, that there was no commitment, despite the fact that they agreed to being exclusive with you, perhaps even pushed it and agreed to put a title on the relationship, planting those seeds of doubt in your own mind, making you wonder if you were the only one that thought it was a committed relationship. Or the worst form of gaslighting is when they blame you. It's your fault that they had to ghost you because you were too needy, you were too clingy, you were pressuring them. They felt overwhelmed because of you, and they had no choice but to ghost you without an explanation. Ghosting is always a reflection of the person doing the ghosting. It is never, ever, ever a reflection of the person being ghosted. Ghosting means that the person that is doing the ghosting has no respect for the feelings of the other person, that they are so wrapped up in themselves, so wrapped up in their own perceived wants, needs, fears, that they are not even considering the impact that it has on the other person. Being ghosted, especially by someone you've been in a relationship with, perhaps for a significant amount of time, is traumatizing. It is a gut punch. It feels like someone is reaching into your chest and ripping out your heart. And this person that you loved, that you thought was your person, doesn't even have the courtesy to tell you that the relationship is ending, or doesn't have the courtesy to reply to you. It is a very painful thing to go through. When avoidants are triggered, they avoid processing emotions and they avoid dealing with problems. They take their feelings and they bury them and they run from their problems. It all goes back to childhood emotional neglect, where this person wasn't loved enough as a child. They weren't nurtured by their caretakers or their parents. So this person learns to associate emotional intimacy with abandonment because the people that they relied on for their emotional needs as children, their parents, well, they rejected them, they abandoned them, and they also dismissed their feelings. So this is a person that rather than assert themselves or tell you how they're feeling, would rather just go into flight mode, freeze and flight. They just disappear because they're so overwhelmed with fear that they cave into that fear, they cater to the fear, and don't even reply to you. They don't even tell you that they're leaving the relationship. They are so afraid of your reaction that they can't even get themselves to send you a text message. However, this behavior is absolutely a choice. It is a disrespectful choice. It is a selfish choice because nobody is putting a gun to the head of the avoidant and forcing them to ghost you. That was their choice. You didn't make them do it. Sometimes relationships do need to end. Not every relationship is going to last. There are incompatible people with different values and different beliefs. And that's okay. But ghosting is never acceptable behavior unless there is a safety factor, if your life is being threatened or something along those lines. But if you show this person nothing but consistent love, affection, and dedication and commitment, and they ghosted you, don't blame yourself. It's a reflection of them. It's a reflection of their deep insecurities and their own selfishness. And it's a reflection of their unhealed attachment wounds. Because secure people, securely attached people, do not ghost. They just don't do it. If a secure person wants to end a relationship, they will tell the other person. Not only will they tell the other person, they will give the other person opportunities to do work on their end to save the relationship. They will communicate with this person. They won't just disappear, because disappearing and ghosting is such a excruciatingly painful thing to do to somebody. A secure person would never want to hurt their partner in that way, or even an ex-partner, or any human being for that matter. Well, avoidance also avoid accountability. That's part of avoiding, because taking accountability means a degree of self-reflection. Self-reflection means you have to face your fears and your feelings. You have to look within, seeing where you've gone right, where you've gone wrong, reflect on how your behavior impacts others, and reflect on your unhealed attachment wounds, reflect on your feelings, and that's painful. Avoidants don't like to do that. They avoid processing emotions, which means they also avoid self-reflection, and they avoid accountability. So when they're called out on this behavior, this is where the ghostlighting comes into play. That's when they try to plant those seeds of doubt in your head so they can escape accountability. Because accountability requires a degree of self-reflection, which is something they just don't want to do. Regardless, if you got ghosted, and if you got ghosted and ghostlit, don't blame yourself, don't beat yourself up. Recognize that this is a reflection of the other person. It is not a reflection on you, because you never would have done that. Take solace in the fact that you know that you would never do that to somebody else. And you are not the only person that wouldn't do that. There are other healthy people out there that would never do this to somebody. And that is the kind of person that you deserve, and you deserve nothing less. Don't sell yourself short.